Welcome, everyone, to the SCSRA Xfinity Series season opener for the Mays Construction 250 tonight. These Xfinity cars will be taking on Daytona International Speedway for 100 laps. So this is going to be an exciting one. It's going to be a long one. So I'm excited to call this race tonight. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atman Weiss. And again, I'm excited to call this race tonight. You might remember a lot of these drivers from the former league, the iRacing Oval Series, but this league is now rebranded and better than ever. We're going to have a big field tonight. It's going to be a wild, wild race tonight. Right now, currently here in practice, we see Daniel Michel is currently the fastest with a 46.60 as his fastest lap time. Sitting in second is Blake Hensley, 46.85, and then running in third right now is Kyle Mays, 46.90. We do want to thank tonight's series sponsor, Mays Construction. And Mays Construction Company has a long history of excellence installing water, sewer, and storm drain lines in the East Tennessee, North Georgia area. So again, if you do need an installation for water, sewer, or storm drain lines, then definitely make sure to check out Mays Construction Company. Make sure to visit their Facebook page at Mays Construction Company. We see a lot of people practicing, running in that draft here. We're going to see that all race long. Here tonight. And another thing that we're going to be watching for tonight is the teams. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of teams working together here throughout these races. Throughout the race, I know we do have a few different teams here. YXU Racing, Cyclone Racing, Neon Racing, 2 pedals, 1 clutch, and then Intensity Racing Team are some of the teams to be watching out for tonight. I know they're going to try to get to each other as fast as they possibly can on the track. So, again, we'll see what happens here. Another thing that these drivers are going to need here tonight is patience. Again, this race is 100 laps. It's a lot longer than most super speedway races here on the platform. So it's going to take a long time, and that means that you don't want to get wrecked out after 20 laps or 40 laps. It's going to be all about patience. Liked and shared the stream, as it is greatly appreciated. As once again, this is going to be a very, very, very exciting race. So we see finally we are wrapping up practice and getting set here for qualifying. Now, qualifying is single car qualifying, so you won't be able to draft. So this is going to test, who can be the smoothest on the wheel and who is going to run the best line. There we see Michael Lawrence taking off. In the Butterfingers machine, we see there is his 2 pedals, 1 clutch teammate, Michael Provolt. right now here on track, and I know everybody on the Neon Racing team is running a special paint scheme, and it is because September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and Devin Buccino's mom, Devin on Neon Racing, is currently in remission from being diagnosed last year, so that is what these green and red cars are on track. And prayers are with Devin's mom again, who is in remission from getting diagnosed with ovarian cancer last year. We see Tennessee Broadcasting's very own Josh Hall on track right now. Josh, a very, very, very experienced super speedway racer. You're definitely going to see him in front, at least in some point of tonight's race. Michael Lawrence is the first car on the board with a 51.24 as his lap time. Nobody else, though, has been able to get onto the board so far. We see Michael Provost sitting. Oh, we see Paul Ems to the top of the board with a 50.76 as his lap time. He's the only driver to break into the 50s so far. We see Kyle Mays sitting in second, Bobby Mays in third with a 51.12 and then a 51.20. So right now a huge gap separating Paul Ems and Josh Hall, who is now in second. Josh with a 51.07 as his lap time. Normally the second lap is faster, though, at these super speedways. So we'll see if that is going to be the case here. Michael Lawrence back up to the top of the board with a 50.58 for him. He's able to get by Paul Ems. Chris Wheeler sitting in second. Dave Wright right now in third. Devin Buccino gets up to third here. Kyle Mays to the top of the board with a 50.53. He's able to gain 0.05 and get ahead of Michael Lawrence. And Brian Merle Jr. did win the SCSRA All-Star Race last Wednesday. So now your top three right now is Kyle Mays in first, Dylan Redding in second, Michael Lawrence in third. There's Stephen Black getting ready to complete his second lap here, running that 98 machine. Stephen Black to the top of the board with a 50.52. He is able to gain about 100th and get ahead of Kyle Mays. Right now, 100 separates first and second, and the top 10 is all pretty much separated by less than a tenth. This is going to be a very, very close, very, very exciting race. Got Sylvan Seguin completing his second lap. 50.59 for him. Now running in that 7th spot. Still, he is about 0.07 off first place, Stephen Black. And he won't get to complete any more laps because that was his second lap. Here's Logan Hagerman. He's able to get to 7th on the board with a 50.58. He is about 0.06 off of the lead right now. And this is how ironic. He is the 7, and he is right now sitting in 7th right now. And that was his second lap time, the 50.58. Blake Hensley on his first lap right now in the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes mobile. Most drivers on their first lap run all the way up to against the wall to just build up as much momentum as they possibly can. Running on that high side, it's the longest way around the track, which gives you the most amount of time to just build up as much momentum as possible. See, Mark Shavers, who is in 22nd second right now, 51.21. He is right now getting ready to set his second lap time. Let's see where he's going to get. Mark Shavers up to 7th in that 6 machine. 50.57 is his lap time. He right now is about 500ths off of the lead. There we see Richard Mays on track right now. There's Joe Wright in that 23, excuse me, he's sitting right now on 23rd right now. 50.76 is his lap time. See what he's going to get here for lap number 2. Joe Wright, another very, very experienced super speedway racer. Has won many prestigious super speedway races. Blake Hensley on lap number 2, able to get to 14th with a 50.61. Little bit off pace from the pole still, about a 10th off. Still, that's not much for Hensley. Joe Wright to second on the board. 50.52 for him. He is only about a couple thousandths off of Stephen Black. Great lap time there for Joe Wright. And then still have Blake Hensley staying out there. Despite him completing all of his required laps, he's still going to just stay out there and turn some more practice laps. And looks like he's practicing his pit stop. I do think we are going to see some green flag pit stops here tonight. So, good that Blake Hensley is getting in a little bit of practice. So, looks like everybody who is going to qualify has qualified. We do see Daniel Michel sitting in the pits right now. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time to complete a lap if he comes out right now. He won't. So yeah, everybody who's going to complete a lap time has. So right now your top 5 is looking like this: Stephen Black, Joe Wright, Kyle Mays, Dylan Redding, and then Brian Nudie. I know right now they are doing the drivers meeting and just giving a little rundown on what all is going to happen. I believe here tonight we're going to have 31 drivers. What a field for a super speedway race. 31 drivers, and every single one of those drivers here tonight has a chance to win. This is going to be a wild one. So here we go. We've got a 100 lapper ahead of us. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the starting lineup for this one. Starting on the pole with a scorching lap time of 50.518, it's Stephen Black. Starting on the pole outside of him with Intensity Racing Team, it's Joe Wright. Third place is Kyle Mays. Fourth is Neon Racing's Dylan Redding. And then rounding out your top 5, it's fan favorite Brian Nudie. Sixth place will be Nick Mather. Starting 7th is Colin Willems. 8th is, with the Mays Mafia, Mark Shavers. 9th, Logan Hagerman. And then rounding out your top 10, we have Mr. Michael Lawrence. 11th was Cyclone. It's Sylvan Seguin. 12th will be Will Witt. We see 13th will be Bobby Mays in the 5. 14th will be Cody Moore. And then rounding out your top 15, we have the 31 of Blake Hensley. With Neon Racing, it's Brian Merle Jr. in 16th, Chris Wheeler will be in 17th. Devin Buccino will be racing in 18th. 19th is Intensity Broadcasting's very own Josh Hall. And then rounding out your top 20, it's Paul Ems of Canada. 21st will be Mr. Colton Kinsey. 22nd is Dave Wright. Starting 23rd with Operators Racing, it's Michael White. 24th is Derek Shapoo. And then rounding out your top 25, it's Todd Mays. Starting 26th is 2 pedals, 1 clutches, Michael Probolt. 27th is Daniel Michel. 28th will be Cameron Austin. 29th is Bailey Jones. And then rounding out your top 30, it's Brandon White. And then rounding out your top 31 with Do It For Dale Racing, it's Zach McBride. So here we go. Everybody is on the grid, and we are getting ready here for the pace laps. Here for the Mays Construction Company 250. Again, look them up on Facebook if you're looking for any needs for make sure to check them out on Facebook if you're in need of installation of water, sewer, or storm drain lines in the Chattanooga, Tennessee, North Georgia area. Check them out. So again, Steve Black will be starting on the bottom. Joe Wright will be starting on the top. So here we go. Coming to the green flag for 100 laps. Pace car's in. And green flag is out. There we see Stephen Black taking off. And we're side by side for the lead here as we cross the line. Great push there from Kyle Mays coming on the bottom. And we see Stephen Black is able to get clear of Joe Wright right now. Everybody's just trying to get everything figured out on this first lap here. First lap is always the trickiest as you're getting up to speed, and everybody's just getting the whole super speedway thing figured out. Again, great push right now coming from Kyle Mays right now. He is able to keep Stephen Black ahead, and I believe Stephen is going to lead this first lap here. Up on that high side, it's Joe Wright and Dylan Redding. They're trying to get a good run on the high side. One thing that I wouldn't be surprised if we see is if Kyle Mays can get clear of Joe, I definitely think he might try to go up to the high side. I don't know if maybe, not right now, we've only completed 2 laps, but maybe if we keep on running like this, I definitely think that's not out of the question. Here comes Joe Wright on that high side. He's able to get to about Stephen's rear quarter panel. Great push there from Dylan Redding and also Nick Mather up there as well. I will say the high side does seem a little bit more disorganized compared to the bottom. There was a big gap separating Mather and Shavers. up there. So that might be slowing down them a little bit to get by Stephen Black. See, Shavers has finally caught up there to Mather. And here comes that high side coming back. Joe Wright, Dylan Redding. They're pretty much equal here on the backstretch. Ooh, I thought Joe Wright was going to get clear there. Not good enough run there on the backstretch, but they definitely have a chance here to take the lead. It's now 5 laps completed for these drivers. Saw Dylan Redding get a little bit squirrely there on that high side. He was able to save it. Still right behind Joe Wright. Once again, we're seeing that high side come back. Here come Dylan Redding and Joe Wright. That time by, we did see Joe run his fastest lap time of the race with a 47.78. And a lot of that is because of that good push up there from Dylan Redding. It just hasn't been enough to get by Stephen Black. Say Daytona here on iRacing is definitely one of the most detailed tracks. I mean, iRacing did a great job putting a lot of attention to detail with all the different features of the Speedway, whether it's the stands, the infield. You can see on the backstretch there's a runway, and you can see planes coming in and out. So that was a cool feature by iRacing. I do think there is an airport right outside of Daytona in real life. So again, cool feature there from iRacing. Here comes Joe Wright on that high side once again. Him and Dylan Redding trying to get another good run. Right now, once again, side-by-side equal there up front between Stephen Black and Joe Wright. I really don't know right now what's preventing that high side from getting ahead. Just haven't been able to get a good run. I will say if Kyle Mays did move up there right now, then the high side would get a great run. That's adding another car. So I think if Kyle Mays could maybe get clear of Joe, if they fall behind a little bit, then you're going to see that high side get fast again. So far, 10 laps completed. Doing a look at so far who has been the biggest mover of the race. That is actually going to go to Dave Wright, who is currently running on that high side right now. I know he is behind Will Witt. And Dave, I mean, he started in that 22nd spot. He's just made some smart moves, made some fast moves, and right now he's sitting pretty good up there on that high side. I'm sure we'll continue to see him make some good moves to continue to try to get up front. And the whole field right now is all pretty much together at the moment. There's not like a big separation between drivers. I mean, we do see a big gap there between Bailey Jones, who's running in 20th right now, and then Daniel Michelle, who's running in 21st right now. Looks like they've kind of fallen off pace in this little group back here. It's Daniel Michelle, Blake Hensley, Colton Kinsey. Let's see if they'll be able to catch back up to the rest of the field. Oh, looks like while we were looking at that, we see Joe Wright was able to get clear and take the lead. A lot of that with the help of Dylan Redding. And we have a caution flag out. First caution flag of the race, and we'll go ahead and see what happened. Goodness. All right. So this is a long sequence of events right here. So we were watching the back of the pack there. We see Joe and Dylan get a great run on that outside. And then we see Joe was able to get clear. He moves down, takes the lead. And then Stephen Black gets into the apron a little bit, and that's when it hits the fan. We see that's going to slow him down a lot. We see Kyle Mays is able to avoid it. Brian Nudie has nowhere to go except for right into the back of Steven. See, here comes Logan Hagerman coming up on the top. And this is just going to create a pileup here. See Stephen Black and Nudie going down onto that apron. And then, yeah, it's a big wreck behind them. Just because everybody was slowed down. So, hate to see it there for Steven. He was running up front, but he's just got to get the car back together and get back out there. We do see a few people went into the pits here. I'm not sure who all went in there, but we see Joe Wright is still the lead. Him, Dylan Redding. I believe it was Joe, Dylan, Mark, Kyle, and Michael all stayed out. And then Dave was the first car off of pit road. So right now here is what your top 5 is looking like. Joe Wright in first, Dylan Redding in second, Kyle Mays in third, Michael Lawrence in fourth, and then, let's see. Oh, we got Mark Shavers in third, Kyle Mays in fourth, Michael Lawrence in fifth, and then Dave Wright right now sitting in sixth. So we are getting ready to go back green here as lights are off on the pace car. Joe Wright will be restarting on the bottom. Dylan Redding will be restarting on the top. The person who's going to be pushing Joe here on this next restart, I believe, is Mark Shavers. And then there's a lot of, looks like nobody is catching up to Dylan on that. There we go. So we see Mark Shavers is going to be giving Joe the push here, and then the person who's going to be giving Dylan the push is Kyle Mays. We see getting ready to pace cars, getting ready to come in here. Green flag is back out, and there we see Joe taking off. See if him and Shavers can get a good run there on the bottom. Oh no, great push there from Kyle Mays and Dylan Redding there up on that high side. They're getting a great run here on this restart. They're pretty much equal here as we go on to the backstretch. Do you think Dylan has a little bit of a nose here? Yeah, they're going to just fly right by and get clear. Yep, both of them, Dylan and Kyle, go down to the bottom now. And we see Dave Wright is leading that high side along him and Nick Mather are up there right now. You also see Derek Shapoo is up there as well. But wow, with Dylan and Kyle going down there to the bottom, that's going to give the whole field, or the bottom line, a lot of momentum. Looks like Joe Wright also drifted up to that high side to be with his brother there. So we got brothers and Intensity Racing Team teammates up there on that high side. Let's see if that brotherly love can get them up to the front. I know Kyle Mays, though, he showed us there on that restart how good of a pusher he is. Did a great job helping propel Dylan up in front of Joe there. Do you think the high side is going to come back here? has the nose right now. Believe Joe does. And I am not sure what just happened. Oh, there we go. We've got it back. I believe Joe is blinking a little bit. So we see Dave Wright and Dylan Redding, Dave Wright and Nick Mather go down to the bottom. Or Nick Mather goes down to the bottom. Dave Wright stays up there, but I think Joe Wright was blinking, so they went down and got by him so that they wouldn't have to push someone who was blinking. Tough break there for Joe. So now Dylan Redding is just kind of chilling up front. Doesn't really have much to worry about. Right now the leader of that high side is Dave Wright, but he really doesn't have any help. We do see though, that's Michael, we do see reinforcements. That's Michael White coming up on that high side. Oh yeah, they're getting a great run. We see it's Dave, Michael, and then Derek Shapoo up there on the high side. They're pretty much equal here on the back stretch. Like got a little bit squirrely up on that high side. That's going to slow them down a little bit. We do have a Facebook shout out. Maria Bodnar-Madsen says, get to the front, Brian L. Jr. Brian right now sitting in that 23rd position. He's far off from the front, but I mean, still anything can happen for him, and a lot can change very, very quickly here in these super speedway races. Right now he's trying to catch Colton to see if those two can get back up to the rest of the field. Behind him, it's his Neon Racing teammate, Devin Buccino. Look back here at front, we see Dave Wright coming back on that high side. Side by side here on the back stretch. You see Cassie Williams on Facebook says, let's go Colin and Mather. Nick Mather has been running good all night so far, in the top 10 at the moment, 7th. He is the 4th car on the bottom, giving a push to Mark Shavers right now, and then 2 cars back from him. It is Colin Willems. Colin also has been running up front for most of this race. He is sitting in 12th right now, giving a push to Michael Lawrence. Time by, we are going to be a quarter of the way through this one. So far. It's been mostly Dylan Redding throughout this race. You can see Joe Wright lead a few laps. And I know So Kyle Mays, or excuse me, Stephen Black was leading as well. So we've had a lot of different leaders so far, and that's going to just continue to change here all throughout this race. Man, Dave and Michael up on that high side, they can't get it done. I know they've been trying to get by Dylan Redding, but it's just not happening. Again, that just shows how good of a pusher Kyle Mays is. And we do see Dave getting a little bit of a run there on that high side. He had the nose for a second over Dylan Redding, but still, just can't quite get by him. See Bobby Mays going down a lap. He has heavy damage on that 5 machine. And he is, or I thought he was going to come into the pits there. He's going to continue to slow down the apron. We do see the bottom is getting a little bit disorganized. There's only 4 cars together. We see, oh, that's Josh and I'm not sure who else said. I believe that, yeah, it's Josh and Chris Wheeler are going down to the bottom as well. We'll see if that helps the high side a little bit. Looks like the bottom is able to get formed back again, and once again, they're getting a great run. Right now, I do see a lot of drivers are currently running their fastest lap times of the race right now. And look at that. Brian Merle Jr. just ran the fastest lap time of the entire race. 46.89. Brian sitting in that 20th spot right now, sitting in the back. Still, that doesn't mean he can't turn fast lap times. Great lap time there for Brian Merle Jr. That's just showing how fast those cars are right now. And look at this. Dave Wright getting a great run on that outside with the help of Michael White, and he is able to move down. So, new leader, Dave Wright. Dave also getting that push from Dylan Redding now. It's going to put Michael White as the leader of that high side. We'll say these drivers are coming up on some lap traffic. Let's see how they handle it. I do think these lap cars are just going to get down on the apron. Uh-oh, we're wrecking. Bailey Jones, Daniel Michel, all involved in this incident. We'll go ahead and do the wreckage replay. Here we go. So we see Bailey. Oh, hold up. Let me rewind that. It does look a little bit like Sylvan comes down. Gets into Bailey's right rear. And then... Ooh, Todd barely misses it. Cody Moore has nowhere to go except for right into her. Through the grass. Goes Cody Moore. Looks to be only a 2-car incident. So, still, caution flag comes out. And we are getting the leaders coming into the pits. Pretty much the whole field coming in right now. I will be very, very surprised if anybody stays out. Nope, pretty much everybody comes in, so we'll see who is going to win the race off. It's going to be very, very important to have a fast pit stop. We see Dave Wright is the first one off. He's going to come off in first. See Derek Shapoo comes off in second. Michael White third. Stephen Black fourth. Nick Mather fifth. Josh Hall sixth. Kyle Mays 7th, Dylan Redding 8th, Mark Shavers 9th, and then Colin Willems in 10th. Good pit stop there for Dave Wright. Was able to just come in, do everything as fast as he could, and then come off. We will look at the driver details for your top 5. Again, it's Dave Wright, Derek Shapoo, Stephen Black, Michael White, and then rounding out your top 5, it is Nick Mather. See, Thomas Gordon on Facebook says, let's go Mather. Just mentioned Nick Mather is in the top 5 right now. He has been running up front all race long, has been performing very, very well, and definitely think he's a few moves away from getting that lead from Dave Wright. Look at this. We do see a few drivers coming in. Looks like Dylan Redding is coming in, giving up some track position. I am not sure why he is coming in. We'll go ahead and look at some of the changes that he's going to make. You do see his Neon Racing teammate Devin Buccino is also in the pits. Looks like it's just a gas and go for Redding. Looks like, I don't know if he thought he might not have been able to make it on fuel, but just comes in, gets some gas and goes. Who knows, that could make him the winner just because he came in and everybody else did not come back in a second time. That kind of stuff can happen, but coming here on this restart, we got Dave Wright restarting on the bottom, and Derek Shapoo will be restarting on the top. Behind them, giving Dave a push, it's going to be Stephen Black, and then giving Derek Shapoo up there, or giving Derek Shapoo a push up there is Michael White. Pace car's in. Green flag is out. And we see Dave Wright is taken off. Great push coming behind him from Stephen Black, and they're just taking off. Wow. Great restart for both of them. Here comes Derek Shapoo and Michael White on the high side. They're trying to come back up. And wow, they're getting a great run here on the backstretch. Derek Shapoo with the nose. He's coming. He's coming quick. So they're right now side by side here on the backstretch. Here comes Derek Shapoo. Yeah, he's gotten clear pretty much. Will Michael White be able to get clear as well? No. So looks like they both, and Derek Shapoo does not go down. So all of that momentum for nothing. Derek Shapoo stays on that high side and continues to give that lead to Dave Wright. Just see a car move up there. Again, we see high side getting another good run. This time, again, all of that for nothing. Derek Shapoo cannot get clear. So we know the high side has speed between Derek Shapoo and Michael White. They're having trouble getting fully clear, both of them, of Dave Wright on the bottom. And that high side has actually fallen behind a little bit. High side very disorganized at the moment. Not a lot of people up there. Once again, here comes another good run for Derek Shapoo and Michael White on the high side. Shapoo had the nose there on the backstretch. And then we see again, they just fall behind. Might be wondering, what does it look like to be the pusher here at Talladega? For example, someone like Michael White. Well, here's what his cam is like right now, pushing Derek Shapoo. As you can see, he's right on Shapoo's back bumper. Oh, look at this. Michael White takes it and makes it 3 wide up on that third lane. Will anybody else go up there with him? No, he's just going to get hung out to dry. So that's now going to mean that Kyle Mays is going to be the one giving Derek a push now. You know, Kyle Mays is a great pusher. Let's see. Oh, yeah, immediately. Derek Shapoo getting a great run on that high side. Will he finally go down? No, he stays up there. There we go. We see Derek Shapoo finally going down there to the bottom after 3 attempts. He is now your leader and in front of Dave Wright right now. So we see Kyle Mays is now the new leader of that high side, and he is getting a push from none other than Colin Willems. It did look like Kyle was going to almost get clear there, but he's continuing to just keep it up there on that high side. Colton Kinsey going down another one. Once again, it's looking like he's getting the nose. He just can't quite get clear Shapoo there. Comes another good run here for Kyle Mays. Again, just trying it again. I will say the leaders are coming up on a lap car here. Not sure who that is. I believe. Oh, no, it's not. Kyle Mays, looks like him and Colin got a great run there. Kyle Mays is able to move down and get clear. He is now the new leader. And look at this. I don't know if we're going to start seeing green flag pit stops, but Colton Kinsey is coming in. I don't know if he knows something that the rest of these drivers don't. We might see some green flag pit stops coming up here. I know he does have some damage, though. That might be it. And wow. Once Kyle Mays got to the lead, him and Derek Shapoo are just running away from the rest of the field right now. It's now Colin Willems and Brian Nudie running up top. Look at this. Derek Shapoo and Dave Wright go up there to that high side, and that's going to give the high side a ton of momentum now with those two going up there. Can Derek Shapoo get clear here on the front stretch? Him and Dave Wright are just going to continue to try to get a run up there. By the way, it is now Kyle Mays and Stephen Black on the bottom. Ooh, contact. Do you see they're putting Brian Merle Jr. a lap down? Derek Shapoo led that lap. So, no, the high side has some momentum. See, they are coming up on another lap car. That's Bailey Jones. She's just going to keep it up there on that high side. She does have a little bit of damage. Looks like it's a little bit squirting on that high side. Looks like we do see the high side falling behind a little bit. It is because of, we do see a little bit of a separation between Dave Wright and then Brian Nudie. That's definitely going to slow the high side down. See Josh Hall going up there to the high side, I believe. Yeah, he does. Way through this thing. Still though, 50 laps to go. You see the leaders coming up on another lap car. Believe, yep, he goes down to the bottom. Believe that's Todd Mays. Now there isn't really a battle for the lead. Currently halfway through this thing. I do think now is the perfect time to go ahead and do a pump up the intensity. So here you go. Go ahead and get the logo on the screen. Here we go. It's time to pump up the intensity. We go back with the racing action here at Daytona International Speedway. In perfect timing, we see Derek Shapoo and Dave Wright are able to get a great run on that outside, and they are able to get clear of Kyle Mays. So new leader Derek Shapoo is getting a push from Dave Wright on the bottom. The new leader of the high side is actually going to be Josh Hall, and coming up behind him, it's Chris Wheeler in the Valvoline machine. High side is a bit disorganized though, so I don't know how good of a run they're going to get here. Here comes Joe Wright on that outside. He is a lap down, but still, he's coming up to give Josh Hall that push that he needs to get up front. Oh, we're wrecking cars through the grass. What in the world? Looks like the caution flag is not going to come out. And here comes Josh Hall with a push from, that's Michael White. I'm very, very curious to see what happened there. We won't do like the wreckage replay or anything. Let me just rewind it. Aha. So we see Stephen Black is running here on the bottom. He's got Chris Wheeler behind him. In front of him is Kyle Mays. Oh, wow. We see Joe Wright just goes way down the track, right in to Stephen Black. I am not sure what happened there, but it's only really a two-car incident. So we're going to stay green flag. And looks like we're actually seeing some green flag pit stops right now. See YXU Racing's Nick Mather and Colin Willems coming in. Brian Nudy's coming in. Will Witt's coming in. Sylvan Segoin's coming in. So all of YXU Racing right now coming in. And I'm not sure. Looks like they're going to get some fuel and get some tires. So they're the first people coming in. I believe the fuel and tire window has opened. So that means we might be seeing some more drivers come in next. But right now, Derek Shapoo still in lead. Here comes Josh Hall getting a great run on that outside. Right now, he's getting a push from Michael White right now. We do see a car through the grass. That's Sylvan Segoin. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, looks like he was going too fast as he was exiting the pits. Bounces up, hits the... Oh, yeah, that's not good for Mr. Segoin there. We do see some drivers coming in now. See Stephen Black, Blake Hensley, Bobby Mays all coming in. Now let's see, that's Cyclone and then some of the Mays. We see Mark Shavers coming in, Derek Shapoo coming in. So Derek Shapoo's going to give up the lead here. So now that's going to put Josh Hall as the leader. Really seeing pit strategy come into play here. Last time I would see Kyle Mays, Mark Shavers, Derek Shapoo come in. Before that it was Steve Black, Blake Hensley, Bobby Mays. So we're waiting to see who is going to be the next wave of cars to come in. All right, there we see some Intensity Racing team coming in. Dave Wright, Josh Hall, Chris Wheeler, Michael White, Devin Buccino, Paul Ems, Michael Provolt, Dylan Redding, Michael Lawrence, Cameron Austin all come in. And that is going to give the lead right now to Logan Hagerman and Cody Moore. Logan and Cody are the only two drivers that are yet to come in. If you are an OG here on Intensity Broadcasting, you know that these two once hosted a podcast. So they know how to work together. And there we go. We see Logan Hagerman coming in. And, yep, Cody is coming in as well. Can they go into the pits and get out before Josh Hall catches them? We will see. All right, we see Logan and Cody are able to exit before the leaders, but can they get back out on track? Ooh, I don't know. It's gonna be close. Look at that. So Logan Hagerman and Cody Moore are both able to pit and stay ahead of the leaders. Great strategy for both of them. But then we see Logan is able to get ahead right now. Oh, but we see Josh Hall getting a great run on that outside. He is able to get clear. Him and Chris Wheeler go down there to the bottom. Then Buccino there. Devin, he's going to stay on that top to help his teammate Derek Shapoo. Or, no, that's Dylan Redding up there. See, Bailey Jones, she's a lap down right now, but she's still giving a push to Devin Buccino right now. Bailey goes down to the bottom. And so that's going to... We see Logan Hagerman's now the leader of that high side. Here comes him and Cody Moore coming. There we go. He is able to get clear. So Logan Hagerman is your new leader, and he's right now getting a push from Cody Moore. Right now, the high side is pretty much fizzled out at the moment. Right now, Logan's kind of chilling right now. Oh, here goes Chris Wheeler to the high side. Let's see if that's going to give the high side a little bit of a run here. We'll say the leaders are coming up on some lap traffic. I believe that's Dave Wright that they're going around. Despite that, we see Logan Hagerman still in the lead. Yeah, Dylan Redding now the leader of that high side, but once again, it's just the high side is very unorganized at the moment. Pretty much single file, actually. So right now, I think we're kind of in the point of the race now where these drivers are like, all right, I've made my green flag pit stops. There's still a lot of race left. I think we need to kind of run single file for a little bit and just kind of chill out. No wreck should happen. That's what I kind of think is going on. I think it's gonna probably be single file for another 20 or so laps, probably till 20 to go. That's when the action is gonna start to pick up again, I think. ahead and take a look here at the onboard cam of Cody Moore. This is what it looks like to be a pusher here at these super speedways. There you go. That's a look at what Cody Moore is seeing in the sim rig right now. See, Dylan Redding still on that high side. I don't know if anybody's going to go up there to give him any help right now. So let's just take a look here. Let's do a flyby through the field just to check out where your favorite driver is currently sitting right now. So in first place, we have Logan Hagerman. Second is Cody Moore. Third is Josh Hall. Fourth is Devin Buccino. Sitting in fifth right now is Dylan Redding. We got another pack over here. Colin Williams is in sixth. Nick Mather in seventh. Will Witten eighth. Brian Nudie right now running in ninth. And then rounding out your top 10, we have Chris Wheeler. Then 6 seconds behind them, we have another pack right here. Cameron Austin in 11th right now. 12th is Michael Lawrence. 13th, we have Mark Shavers. 14th is Derek Shapoo. And then rounding out your top 15 right now, it is Michael White, who's about 8 seconds behind that group. Then 16th, it's Kyle Mays. Then 11 seconds behind them, we got another group right here. Stephen Black in 17th. Bobby Mays in 18th. We got Paul Ems right now running in 19th. And then rounding out your top 20, we have Michael Provolt. 21st, behind them, it's Blake Kinsley. Then 20 seconds behind them, we have Sylvan Seguin. And then 23rd, we have Dave Wright. You see leaders going by a lap car right now. And we still stay single file at the moment. Do actually have a few drivers that are just ran their fastest lap times of the race right now. like Cody Moore's trying to go up to the high side. I don't know if he's trying to signal to Josh behind him to go up there. We'll see. I just think we're going to keep on running single file for a little bit longer here. I do think the action is going to start ramping up a little bit here in the next 5 laps. Right now we're about a 3/4 of the way through this race. We're getting to the exciting part. The reason why we complete the first half or first 3/4 of this race is to get to the last quarter, the exciting one. And I think we're going to see some great racing action here coming up. Oh, looks like these drivers need to make one more green flag pit stop. We see Colin Willems, Nick Mather, Will Witt, and Brian Nudie right now running with YXC Racing. They are actually coming in right now. So I don't know if this is going to mean that we're going to be seeing some more green flag pit stops. We'll see. Right now, though, Logan Hagerman and Cody Moore stay out. Looks like there's now really only 5 cars right now in this group. We got Logan Hagerman, Cody Moore, Josh Hall, Devin Buccino, and then Dylan Redding. Looks like they're putting Brian a lap down now. He's doing 3 laps down at the moment. Right now I'm waiting to see if we're going to see any other green flag pit stops right now. Right now it's only looking like we saw Nudie, Willems, Mather, and Will Witt come in so far. I do think they might know something that we don't here based on whether it's fuel or tires. They might be able to make it. If these drivers don't come in, they might not. So we'll see here. Time will tell. Josh Hall, who's currently running in 3rd right now, he just ran his fastest lap time of the race, 47.41. Right now it's looking like Josh is the fastest he's been all race. I don't know if he's going to maybe try to go up here to the high side or what with that fast machine. Looks like these leaders are actually catching a pack right now of drivers, and I am not sure who they are. Oh, looks like they're catching, let's see, they're catching Brian Newty, Colin Willems, Nick Mather, Will Witt, that group. So the YXU drivers, that's who they're catching right now. That'll be interesting to see how they're going to handle going around a group of cars. Especially because we got 20 to go right now. And I know those cars are not going to want to go down a lap. Oh no! Looks like something happened with a lap car. Cody Moore wasn't. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Alright, let's go ahead and look at what happened there. I don't know if the caution flag is going to come out. So we see Colt. Oh no. I am not sure. Let me look at from Cody Moore's perspective. There we go. I don't know what happened there with Cody Moore. But we see he just slides down the track and gets right into Kinsey's back bumper. Hagerman was able to avoid it. We see Josh Hall was able to avoid it. Not sure what happened there with Cody. So now it's really only a two-car pack. Logan and Josh. We are seeing some green flag pit stops. We see Neon Racing coming in. Dylan Redding, Devin Buccino, Brian Merle Jr. They're going to come and take some fuel, maybe take some tires. So they're the second team to come in after YXU Racing. We do see a few others. Oh, yep, we see another Neon driver, Derek Shapoo, and then we see Chris Wheeler coming in. And oh, we see more drivers come in. We see the Cyclone driver, Stephen Black. See Blake Kinsley, Paul Ems, Mark Shavers, Derek Shapoo, Cameron Austin, Michael White, Michael Provolt. So now that's going to leave two. There's only two drivers that have yet to come into the pits, and that's Logan Hagerman and Josh Hall. They've currently put 8 drivers, or there's only 8 cars on the lead lap right now. They've put a bunch of cars down the lap. And they're actually coming up on a pack right now. It's actually a lot of the drivers that came in. Oh no, looks like something happened to Derek Shapoo. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to him. Looks like it was as he was exiting. As he was exiting, it was just going a little bit too fast. Gets loose, gets into the grass. Man, that's a shame there for Derek. And look at this, your top two. Logan Hagerman, Josh Hall coming in. Can they come in and still come out ahead of the leaders. We will see. Looks like Logan Hagerman is off. Josh Hall is off as well. And they've got a big gap between them and Will Witt, who is currently in third right now. I think they're good. I think they'll be able to keep their lead. $15 to go for Logan Hagerman to keep that lead right now. He's actually, right now, has a 1 second gap over even Josh Hall. He is sitting pretty right now in first. And I think that's our last green flag pit stops that we're going to see here. I think they're going to be able to make it here for the rest of the race. Josh Hall was finally able to catch Logan. Will they be able to just, those two for 14 laps, will they just be able to hang on to it and finish 1-2, or Josh Hall in first, Logan in second, or Logan in first, Josh in second? We'll see. Right now, the pack that's catching them, it consists of Will Witt, we got Nick Mather, Colin Willems, Brian Newty, Devin Buccino, Dylan Redding. It's a big pack of cars. They definitely do have a chance to catch Logan and Josh right now. They've got more cars, which means they're going to be a little bit faster. They've gotten the gap between them and your top two to 2 seconds right now. Can they hold the lead? We'll see here. Looks like these leaders are catching some lap traffic. That's Sylvan Seguin, and that's Michael White. See if they'll be able to get by. Uh-oh, this is trouble here for Josh and Logan. Will Witt just ran his fastest lap time of the race. Him and Mather, the person who's pushing them, they're coming up on Logan and Josh fast. Only 1 second separates the two. It's not looking good for Josh and Logan here. Oh no, only 5/10 separate. I can see Will Witt coming. Yeah, they won't be able to hold the lead. They're getting too much of a good run here. Yep, we see that group of cars goes up to the high side. Will Witt and Nick Mather. Let's see if they'll be able to get by Josh and Logan there on the bottom. Here with 10 laps to go. And just as all this is happening, we see a caution flag comes out. So we see a wreck here. Go ahead and take a look at the wreckage replay. Here we go, third caution in the night. Let's see what happened. So we see Bobby Mays was sitting behind Paul M's. And oh, that's just bump drafting gone wrong. We see Bobby gets right into Paul's back bumper. Paul gets sideways. Just right up into Michael Lawrence. Man. Looks like my mouse has stopped working. And I can't, like, transition to another screen. So we're going to go ahead and get this technical difficulty fixed here. There we go. All right, we're back live here. We see a few people came in. It's Kyle Mays, Stephen Black, Chris Wheeler, Blake Hensley, a lot of the Cyclone guys. I'm not sure if those drivers weren't going to be able to make it on fuel, or they might have had a little bit of damage that they wanted to get fixed. We see when the caution flag came out, Will Witt had the lead, so he's going to be in first. Logan Hagerman, though, is in second. Nick Mather's in third, and then Josh Hall is in fourth right now. So they have 18 cars on the lead lap right now. That's 18 cars that all have a chance to win this race here. And we have less than 10 laps to go. This is going to get wild. Let's take a look at how your top 5 is looking right now. See Will Witt in first. Logan Hagerman in second. Nick Mather in third. Josh Hall in fourth. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Colin Willems. Here we go. So lights are off on the pace car. So we're going to have Will Witt restarting on the bottom, and then Logan Hagerman restarting on the top. So we're going to have YXU teammates on the bottom going all the way to Colin Willems. We got 3 YXU teammates together. Will Witt, Colin Willems, and then Nick Mather. And then up top we got Josh Hall and Logan Hagerman together. I know they're kind of teammates with Intensity Racing Team, so we'll see what happens here. So pace car is going to be coming in here. We're going to have a 6-lap shootout for these drivers to settle it out. Pace car's in. Here we go. Green flag is back out, and there we see Will Witt taking off. He's getting a great push from his YXU teammate, Nick Mather, on the bottom. And wow, they're getting a great run ahead of Logan and Josh on that high side. High side very disorganized at the moment. Look at that. We see Michael Provolt going up there to the high side. Let's see if that might give him any momentum. Right now, Josh and Logan have gotten to about Mather. And they're coming on Will Witt. Looks like they're actually getting a good run on the high side between Logan, Josh, and then Provolt. Let's see what they can do here. Coming to 4 to go. They're there again. Here comes Logan Hagerman. They're pretty much equal here on the backstretch. Hagerman with the nose now. He's getting a great run, almost clear. But then we see the low side get some momentum once again. Oh no, we're wrecking behind them. Yellow flag is out, 4th caution of the race. Big, big, big wreck. That might be the big one of the race here, folks. All right, here's the incident right here. So we see Brian Merle Jr. running on that high side, and looks like he slows up a little bit. I know he was coming up on Dave Wright. Shavers gets into the back of him. He drifts down the track right into Hensley. Shavers into the outside wall. Michael White is involved. Joe Wright is involved. Sylvan Seguin involved. See, Derek Shapoo is around. Man, Bailey Jones involved. Hate to see it. A lot of them were running up front. That wreck aside, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready for a green-white checkered. Like Joe Wright in the pits right now had a lot of damage from that incident. Man, again, hate it for everyone involved, but I mean that's what happens when the racing gets dicey here at Daytona, and I think we're going to continue to see that here in our green-white checkered. Still have 8. Oh, we do have a few drivers coming in right now. Michael White, Blake Hensley, Mark Shavers, Bobby Mays, Derek Shapoo, all of them involved in that most recent incident, and they're going to probably get a lot of their damage fixed. We see that's Todd Mays getting one of his laps back. I know, he's still, I think he was 2 laps down. Got one of his laps back. He's definitely hoping for another caution so he can get his final lap back. Let's take a look here at your top 5. Got Will Witt in first right now. Second is Nick Mather. Third is Colin Willems. We see fourth is Logan Hagerman. And then rounding out your top 5, we got Brian Nudie. So here we go. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green here. We got, let's see, they're trying to decide who's going to be starting on the bottom, who's going to be starting on the top. So I believe Nick is going to be restarting on the bottom. Will Witt is going to be restarting on the tops, but they're still kind of getting organized. Pace car's in. Green flag is back out, and there we see Will Witt taking off on that high side. He's gonna move down to the bottom, and Logan Hagerman is now gonna be the leader of the high side. He's got Josh Hall behind him. See if they can get a run up there. Here comes Logan Hagerman. He's able to get to, he's side by side with Will Witt right now. He's got the nose. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. We see Cameron Austin is going to try to make it 3 wide here. Oh no, something happened to Will Witt. He slides down to the bottom. Logan Hagerman's going to take advantage of that. He moves down to the bottom. Josh Hall, the new leader of that high side. Josh Hall with the nose. Side by side here on the backstretch. We see there's some wrecking behind them. pretty much equal here in 3 and 4. Logan Hagerman's clear. Can he keep the lead? Will Witt goes up to the high side. It's going to be a photo finish, looks like. And Logan Hagerman is going to win the season opener here at Daytona. Will Witt finishes second, and Nick Mather is going to get third. And they wreck as we cross the finish line. Wow, what a race. I think we're getting ready to see some burnouts here from Logan Hagerman. See a few drivers going by, just wishing him a congratulations. And here we go. Getting ready for the burnout. And we're getting the top 3 here lined up. That's a great photo right there. Hold up, let me get to, yeah, that's a great screenshot right there between your top 3. See Logan Hagerman disconnects. And now we're just waiting for your top 3 finishers to come here into the waiting room. There we go. We got second place finisher Will Witt in the rating. There we go. We got your top 3. Let's go ahead and pull in your third place finisher, though, Nick Mather. Here we go. Nick, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy. It's going pretty good, and wow, looks like it was going pretty good for you out there yourself. I mean, started in 6th. We really didn't say your name too much until, I mean, you were up in the top 10 for most of the race, and then based on, we saw that during those final pit stops, you came in with your YXU teammates, and then you and Will caught Logan and Josh there. And then on that last restart, we saw you were on the bottom there behind Will. We saw Logan took the lead. Then Will went back up to the high side, and you were just kind of there watching the whole thing go on and just trying to hold on to that third place spot. I mean, what did you think of this whole 100 lapper? Now, I will ask, I mean, what was your, I know there was a couple times we saw 2 green flag pit stops. I mean, what was your pit strategy? Just coming in with your teammates or what?
Yeah, that's all it was about. Just come in with the teammates, stick together. Most of his fuel tires weren't really a factor at this track, but we did take right sides at the last pit stop there. Yeah, it seemed to work out for us pretty well.
And before we let you go, Nick, is there anybody you would like to thank?
SCSRA, you as well, Atlee. You do a great job every Wednesday. Colin, the bot father for sure, and the rest of the team, Will, and Jesus has put me on the spot here. Nudie, we all did a great job tonight.
Awesome. Again, great job, Nick, and hopefully we'll see some more great finishes all throughout this season. Again, congratulations and have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, I hope to talk to you some more, man. Have a good night.
Yep, you too. So there we go. We are now getting set for your second place interview with Will Witt. Here we go. Pull him in. Will, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I mean, you started off in that 12th spot. We really didn't say your name too much until the green flag pit stop started happening. You and your YXU teammates had a great strategy, including coming up there during that last green flag pit stop. You were able to come up to Josh and Logan, who were the last two people to stay out, and you were able to inherit that lead. Coming on that last lap, I know we saw Logan. He was able to get ahead of you, and coming into that, in the trial, you saw in a last resort go up to the high side, but I mean, you couldn't quite get by him. I mean, what was going through your head through those last 3 laps?
Yeah, those last few laps were pretty crazy. Yeah, I had Nick pushing me pretty hard, and he got underneath me and got me hooked a little bit. That checked us up, and that allowed Logan to get back in front of us. I just stayed on Logan going into 3 there on that last lap and wasn't lifting and tried to shoot up top, but I wasn't able to make it stick.
And I know that you and YXU were working together this whole race. I mean, how much of an advantage is it here at Daytona to have coming in with the teammates, working together with the teammates?
That's definitely a huge advantage at super speedways. Like you mentioned it, YXU, big shout out to them. If anybody's ever watched the old Pelican series, know that me and Colin worked together pretty well. So usually him and I had the strategy down, and we had Nick and Brian there with us, and we're just holding on and trying to control that bottom lane. And unfortunately, it didn't work out in the end. But we ran clean, ran in line, and just were logging laps there till the end. When I took the lead from I don't know, was it Josh and whoever at the I can't talk tonight. Whoever took the lead or whoever we took the lead from, we were hoping that caution didn't come out because that was going to get us out ahead. But that caution came out, kind of changed everything up.
Yep, for sure. Well, before we let you go, Will, is there anybody you would like to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank everybody on YXU for letting me run tonight. Colin, Brian, Nick, Sylvan was in there as well. It was a fun race, and everybody in the field tonight, honestly, it was a very clean race for what it was. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we can keep this rolling in this season.
Absolutely. And again, congratulations on the runner-up finish, and hopefully, like you said, hopefully some more great races all throughout the season. Have a great rest of your night, Will.
Hey, thanks, you too.
And last but not least, the man of the hour. We are pulling in your winner, Logan Hagerman. Here we go. Logan, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Atlee.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, what a race for you. I mean, we really didn't see you. Oh, I mean, yeah, you were up front for most of the race, and then we saw the first time you and Cody stayed out, and you were the last two, and it worked pretty well. The faster group of cars were still able to get by you, but the strategy just seemed to work pretty well. So I know you and Josh were the final two to stay out that last green flag pit stop, and you kept the lead from quite some time. We saw Will and Nick in the YXU cars were able to catch you, but luckily a caution came out. You were still up on the top 5 and we saw Nick hook Will on that bottom a little bit, and you were able to get a great run, move down to the bottom, and take the lead. And even in the last resort, Will couldn't get by you, and you were able to get the victory. I mean, how does it feel to win the season opener here in the first ever SCSRA race?
It feels great, Atlee. I'm glad I was able to come out and get the win. I really got to thank Cody and Josh. They both, after that green flag pit stop, they could have raced me, but they didn't. We stayed lined up, and it helped us keep the lead. And then at the end, Josh worked with me there. Feels great to get the win because now I don't have to worry about what happens for the rest of the regular season because now that I'm in the playoffs, right, so I can be a little bit more aggressive on my strategy.
Yep, definitely getting locked into those playoffs will help for sure. I mean, coming into this race, I know it was 100 laps. I know it was long. I mean, you had to have had a strategy in your head. I mean, what was your plan coming into this race, and how did it change?
Yeah, definitely. Really long race. I just went into it. I didn't want to be aggressive. I just wanted to take my time, not make any stupid moves. And that's what I did. I was kind of stuck around the 10th position, the first quarter of that race, maybe even half of the race. And then I just didn't make any stupid moves, didn't go 3 wide or anything. And then I was just lucky that I had good pit stops under green flag both times. And that's ultimately what got me the lead.
Awesome. And before we let you go, Logan, is there anybody else you would like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, first off, I got to thank Grandma Hagerman for her support. She watches all my races. I also got to thank the Logerman fan club. This week on the car, we feature some of my fans. On the hood, we had Becky and Josh. On the left side of the car, we had Shapoo, he's a horrible racer, but he is a good lad. We have Mark and his brother Chris. On the back, we had Amy. And then on the right side of the car, we had Fallon, looking good like always. And we also had Jake and Ryan. So I want to thank them for their support. And maybe we'll have some new faces on it next week.
Yep, if you're interested in joining the Logerman fan club, hit them up. And again, congratulations on the win, Logan. Awesome, awesome race. And hopefully we'll see some more great runs all throughout the season. Have a great rest of your night, Logan.
All right, thanks, Atlee.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is going to do it here for the race. Again, this was the Mays Construction Company 250. One more time, round of applause for Logan Hagerman. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in to watch. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. Make sure to check us out on Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We're always dropping polls, interacting with fans on there. And then also, if you haven't already, if you have Roku TV or Fire TV, make sure to download the eRacing TV app, as 7 nights a week there's iRacing and racing action on there, including on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Intensity Broadcasting's broadcasts are on there for you to enjoy. So, I mean, if you want us on your big screen, make sure to drop a follow. As always, I'm Atlee Atman-Weist on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Over and out.